fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuku Midoriya and his little realization. Toga has been using her symbiote to kill people. Or it could be the other way around, as he does hope. The symbiote that he believes to have been keeping docile may have been going around murdering people. Midoriya not sure which one does sound worse. Now, Midoriya, he, is trying to deal with the situation, while everyone else at UA is dealing with something else. Now, some of the students in UA were taken by All For One, and at this point, the entire situation in canon is happening. Midoriya unaware of the dorm system being put in place, as he's currently running all around town and trying to find Toga. Now, Midoriya was actually surprised finding that he can use his superhuman speed and strength to actually move like he's using a quirk. Now, Midoriya was basically running around the city, quite literally, and trying to find Toga, going to different places he thinks that she would be at. Now, Midoriya does actually think she's not at the hospital anymore. And, the murders happened by this area. Wait a minute. Is there anything special by that place? Wait. The mall. Midoriya actually heading to the mall. As he does, climb up the side of the building and actually sneak in through a window. As he does drop in and head over to where the arcade is. Now, Midoriya can hear the sounds of the machines and everything in the mall turned on. As well, there we do have Toga, who is actually playing a game that Midoriya does recognize. Him walking up as she's just staring at the screen, before she slowly does turn her head. And Midoriya can see the look on her face and eyes. She's not really there, is she? Midoriya actually asking Toga if she's okay. To which, she just stares at Midoriya. Midoriya's eyes adjusting as he can tell that she's soaked in blood. Midoriya telling her that she just needs to come with him, and they can get everything sorted out. Him taking a step forwards. As Carnage does actually pop through her face, as just shouts that they had fun. Carnage, let her go, now. This isn't her, it's you. You're messing with her. And you're hurting her. Do you understand that? We're taking a step forwards. Telling Carnage that he can find him a different host. He can promise him that. Obviously lying. As he does actually talk about how Carnage can bond with him. As he does actually step forwards, bring up his hand. Now, Midoriya's spider sense is going off, as Venom actually does go to cover his arm. Midoriya actually bring up his hand telling Venom to simply stop that. Now, with that being said, Carnage just stared at Midoriya. Before, in Toga's voice, Midoriya does hear his name. Now, Midoriya does actually step forwards, bring out his other hand, as he's actually able to get in front of Toga. Before just bringing her into a hug, telling her that everything is going to be okay, and that they will solve everything. Now, with that being said, Midoriya and Carnage do actually bond for a brief second. Now, Midoriya is able to see everything going on inside Toga's head, all the things that she is seeing from Carnage. Midoriya feels like he's in a desert, and a raging storm is going on all around him. He feels like glass is shredding through his mind. And, well, a minute does pass, it feeling like an eternity to Midoriya, until he's thrown through something. And he is just looking around, confused. Where am I? Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he's looking around more. He's in a house? No. This isn't right, is it? Him actually seeing Toga, as he does ask her if she's okay. Her actually looking up, and actually rolling over, telling Midoriya that she's actually doing perfectly fine. However, how is, let's say, Eddie, their son, doing? Midoriya looking at her confused, as someone does actually walk out of the kitchen, and right past Midoriya, saying, "Excuse me, Dad." Midoriya just looking down, as he freezes. Huh? Dad? Wait, what? This isn't. This can't be. Izuku, honey, are you okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm fine, but this. Toga, do you know what's going on? Midoriya does say kind of concerned. Toga telling Midoriya, of course. It's their day off. They're not being heroes right now. Besides, I can't really do hero work outside in the field anymore, you know? Especially with another one on the way. What? Toga, you're scaring me. Scaring you? Why? We're just living a happy life, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, no. We're not. We're inside your head. Oh, come on, silly. Quit joking. Toga. Oh, God. It's Carnage's fault for doing this. Now, the very moment Midoriya did say that name, the entire world shook. And Toga, she actually did have her eyes go wide before telling Midoriya to calm down. Huh? Now, Midoriya would walk over and sit down with her, basically telling her that none of this is even real, and that Carnage is taking over her mind. Whatever this place is, it's the last piece of what she truly was. It's her last bit of sanity, isn't it? It's her happy place. He saw her memories. He knows about her bullies. He knows about her past. What she used to do with her quirk. Yeah, it sucks. But she's a hero. She needs to focus on the here and now. And Toga, she just stares at Midoriya, as she does actually just snap out of it for a brief second, asking Izuku, where are they? We're in your head. It's Carnage's fault. I understand. Oh God. I've killed people. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't just people. Earlier tonight, 2 more died. And then last night you attacked Jiro. Now, Toga actually does get angry hearing that name, Jiro. Before she actually does think about what she's seeing in Midoriya. Currently, both of these two are bonded. And she does actually look to Midoriya's memory for a brief second, talking about how a few days ago him and her did kiss. Are they together? Her screaming at him that they should be together. And how he's the only guy she's ever liked. The only person who's ever been nice to her. And even at UA, they still do view her as a freak. Now, Midoriya actually does hold on to Toga, as she's crying, before she slowly moves down to the ground. Midoriya telling her that he's very sorry. He's very, very sorry. But the best thing to do right now is to unbond her from Carnage. After that, they can. Now, this is whenever a spike is driven through Midoriya's back, and he actually does cough up a bunch of blood, as he actually does look behind him, and he does see a giant, mountain of blood, and it's Carnage. As Toga just starts screaming at Carnage. Now, with that, she actually does overpower the symbiote, smacking Midoriya away from her body as she's screaming out in, fear and terror. Now, Midoriya actually is completely suited up in the Venom symbiote. However, Venom is still unresponsive. Midoriya asking him if he's there, or if he's still doing this whole silent treatment. Now, Midoriya does just rush in towards Toga, as the two do fight it out in the arcade. Now, Carnage is superior to Venom in a, brief bit of ways. However, these two are throwing each other into the machines and electrocuting one another. Eventually the fight ending whenever Midoriya, he actually just takes a giant arcade machine and smashes Carnage across the face with it, before actually just grabbing one of the wires to the machines and actually forcing Toga towards it. Before he just stabbed the wire directly into Carnage, and electrocuting the symbiote, as he actually just takes another wire and jab it directly downwards into Toga's leg. As she's screaming out, Midoriya would actually just grab her and rip her free of the symbiote. The moment that actually does happen, Carnage does actually go for Midoriya. Now, Carnage covers Venom, as Midoriya, he's screaming out in, anger, as Venom is fighting with Carnage. Now, the two symbiotes do actually merge together, and Midoriya, he feels it, as he just stands there for 1 second, and he's not even moving, nor is he even reacting, as Toga herself does get back up, looking down at her clothes as she does actually scream, before she does run over and ask Izuku if he's okay, trying to push on him, as he's just staying there. Now, with that being said, we do have S.H.I.E.L.D., which has been deployed to this place. Now, S.H.I.E.L.D. would immediately take down Midoriya, zapping him with as much force as they can, as the large shock in his back actually just rip both symbiotes apart, and throw him forwards as he just falls to the ground. Toga actually grabbing him and holding him close. Izuku, wake up, wake up! As she does not get a response. Now, this would be whenever Toga, she does actually watch the agents, as they do secure Venom and Carnage. Before a man does walk up asking her to please come with them, and both of them will be treated. Now, this is quite strange. And Toga does tell them that Izuku needs to go to an actual hospital. To which the man does inform her that they know the best medical assistants and doctors in the world. He'll be treated well. As they are taken away. Now, with that being said, we actually have the All Might versus All for One battle over in another city. All for One made a deal with Riot, and he himself has returned to his prime. Now, with All for One revealing to the world who he is, he does actually tell them his plan, along with actually pulling out a quirk All Might has never seen. We have All for One's All Might killing weapon, as muscle fibers begin to form underneath and create the weapon larger and larger, as well as All for One smiling, telling All Might to thank a little man for this big weapon, as All Might and All for One would have their battle. Now, for the sake of poetic justice, I would say that these two, both back in their physically prime, their battle would end with both of them killing each other. Now, the battle would be intense and extreme, and there would be a whole lot of casualties in it. Pro heroes trying to evacuate the areas as All Might is dealing with this threat. Now, All Might would not make the same mistake twice, using 1,000,000% and actually punching All for One in an uppercut, as All for One himself does correct his previous mistake, as he'll be able to stab All Might directly through the chest and in his heart. Now, All for One's hand would go completely through All Might's chest, as All Might was able to sucker punch All for One in the nose with 1,000,000%. And that is how the two would kill one another. Now, with that being said, we actually do have, well, let's see, an undisclosed amount of time later, where Midoriya, he does wake up and find that he is in a hospital bed, as he does go to get up and move. A man actually running back into the hallway and informing his higher up bosses that he's awake. Now, with that, Midoriya, he's just looking around, wondering about all of this. Where am I? Now, the man would walk back into the room, the one that Midoriya has previously talked to. And Midoriya would ask him point blank what happened. What happened, young man, was quite simple. You are very lucky we arrived when we did. Why? Why? Well, quite simple. You and that other symbiote bonded. What? Carnage? Yes, Carnage. Now, along with that, there is Venom. He's regained his own bearings in the amount of time that you've been out. And, in fact, we have our own little situation. Situation? Yes. You see, we believe to have contained Carnage. However, we've lost track of Himiko Toga. Or Toga. What? Lost track of her? Yes, that is what I just said. Now, you do understand how dangerous this situation is, correct? What the hell do you mean you lost track of her? Well, that's quite simple. She is dependent on the symbiote. And apparently, we didn't get all of it out. Her type of bond with her symbiote is unique. In fact, you could say it's one of her organs. It's like a liver. We thought we cut it out. However, it just grew back. What? Yes, we torched the symbiote, and somehow she brought it back from the dead. In fact, analysis shows that it was still in her blood. So we believe that it self-replicated from there. Ah, fuck. But Ueda does go on stating, as he does actually scream that as loud as he can, saying that he thought he got rid of it. He thought he cured her. Kid, you'll find that curing a symbiote is not an easy task. Now, as for your Venom symbiote, he does actually say, him holding up a vial containing black goo, telling him that they have it right here. And they have run a few tests on it, if that's okay with him. Midoriya saying to give that to him and he'll ask Venom what they did do. Then they'll have his answer. Doubtful, young man. As you will find, we only ran a test. And, well, we did what we could to keep it alive. From there on, it's up to you what happened. You bastards. What bastards were the ones keeping you alive? Carnage, as you so call him, he was in your head, kid. In fact, he tried frying your brain. Brain activity was low the first few weeks. Then it picked up. Then, you woke up here. Few weeks? Wait. How long have I been out? Well, that's the thing. Do you really want to know? Yeah. Just tell me. Okay. Kid, you've been out for... And with that, I will leave you guys here. Anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed. Have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.